Welcome back to Tell Me More Stories Told As podcast, where we dive deep into the lives and legacies of fascinating figures.
That's right.
Today,
Yeah.
we're going to turn up the volume on the incredible journey of Britney Spears.
One of pop music's most influential and enduring icons.
Yeah, to really understand her impact, I think we need to rewind all the way back to the beginning.
Okay.
Now, I'm betting many of you remember exactly where you were when Baby One More Time hit the airwaves.
Oh, yeah.
That schoolgirl image, those catchy melodies.
It was a phenomenon.
Yeah.
It marked a pivotal moment in pop music, ushered in a new era of teen pop that dominated the charts for years to come.
It's true. And it's easy to forget just how massive her early success was.
Right.
Her first two albums, Baby One More Time and Oops, I Did It Again, are still some of the best-selling albums
Of all time?
of all time.
We're talking peak CD sales,
Yeah.
before streaming and digital downloads took over.
Yeah.
To achieve those numbers in that landscape is truly remarkable.
It really puts her impact into perspective. But here's something I bet a lot of people don't know. Baby One More Time made her the best-selling teenage artist ever.
Wow.
And get this, Oops, I Did It, again, held the record for the fastest-selling album by a female artist in the U.S. for a whopping 15 years.
It's a testament to her ability to connect with a generation.
Yeah.
She captured the anxieties and aspirations of teenagers everywhere, creating anthems that resonated far beyond the music itself.
And it all started in a small town in Mississippi,
No.
Singing in church choirs and performing in local talent shows before landing a coveted spot on the Mickey Mouse Club alongside future stars like Justin Timberlake and Christina Aguilera.
It's almost like a classic Hollywood story. Small town girl with big dreams makes it to the big time. But what's interesting is how her early image as a wholesome all-American girl contrasted with the more provocative persona she would later embrace.
Right. It was definitely a calculated shift, and it sparked a lot of conversation about the pressures young female stars face in the industry. Was it a genuine evolution or a carefully crafted image designed to appeal to a wider audience?
That's a question worth considering, but regardless of the intention, it certainly marked a turning point in her career, signaling a move towards more mature themes and a bolder artistic expression.
You can see that evolution reflected in her music.
Yeah.
Her third album, Britney, deliberately moved away from pure teen pop incorporating elements of R&B and funk.
It was a risky move, but it paid off.
Yeah.
It showed she wasn't afraid to experiment and evolve as an artist, breaking free from the mold that had been created for her.
And then came In the Zone, where she took even more creative control, writing and producing much of the album herself.
Right.
It was a statement of artistic independence and a clear sign of her growth.
And let's not forget the iconic Toxic. It's not just a catchy pop song, it's a brilliant piece of production that still sounds fresh and innovative today. It also earned her a Grammy, solidifying her status as a serious artist.
And speaking of Toxic, have you ever noticed how it's still a guaranteed crowd pleaser on the dance floor?
Oh, for sure.
It never gets old.
It's true, that song has an undeniable staying power. But beyond the music, it's fascinating how she managed to build a brand that extended far beyond just singing and dancing. Did you know that her perfume, Curious, actually broke first-week sales records for Elizabeth Arden?
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
It just goes to show her influence wasn't limited to music. She was a cultural phenomenon, a trendsetter, and a savvy businesswoman who understood the power of her brand.
Before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's take a moment to appreciate just how much ground we've covered already.
Okay.
From small-town beginnings to global superstardom record-breaking albums, groundbreaking performances, Britney Spears has lived a life most people could only dream of.
And we're just getting started. Before we dive into the more challenging chapters of her story, let's take a quick break. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the rest of our deep dive into the fascinating world of Britney Spears. Welcome back to Tell Me More Stories Told As podcast.
It's amazing to think about how Britney's career has had such a massive impact on pop culture.
Absolutely. When you look at her career trajectory, you can almost trace the evolution of pop music itself over the past 2 decades.
It's true. From those kitschy Max Martin-produced hits of the late 90s to the more mature R&B-influenced sounds of the early 2000s.
And let's not forget those groundbreaking, heavily choreographed music videos. They set a new standard for visual storytelling in pop music.
Well, absolutely. The schoolgirl fantasy of Baby One More Time, the futuristic red catsuit, and Oops, I Did It Again. They're instantly recognizable and iconic. And remember the controversy they sparked.
Oh, yeah.
People were both captivated and scandalized.
It's interesting how she navigated that line between innocence and sexuality, especially in those early years. It sparked conversations about female empowerment, double standards, and the pressures young stars face in the spotlight.
Looking back, it's clear that she's pushing boundaries and challenging norms, whether intentionally or not.
She became a lightning rod for discussions about women in pop music, paving the way for artists to express themselves more freely.
And you can't deny the impact of those iconic dance moves. I mean, everyone and their grandma was trying to learn the "oops, I did it again" chair routine back in the day.
Her performances were electrifying. She brought an athleticism and energy to the stage that was simply captivating, and she wasn't afraid to take risks experimenting with different themes and concepts.
Remember the Python in the "I'm a Slave for You" performance at the VMAs? Talk about a statement.
Yeah.
It's still one of the most talked about VMA performances ever.
It's true. That performance was a turning point in her career, marking her transition to a more mature and provocative image.
It's almost hard to believe that all happened over 20 years ago. Time flies when you're dancing to Britney Spears.
It really does. But even after all these years, her music still holds up. It's timeless. Those melodies are so infectious, and the production is top-notch.
Okay, we've been gushing about Britney for a while now. I'm curious what stands out to you the most about her impact on the music industry.
That's a great question. I think it's her ability to connect with audiences on such a visceral level. Her music transcends language and cultural barriers. It's about pure emotion, pure fun, pure escape.
I completely agree. There's something about her music that just makes you want to get up and dance, sing along at the top of your lungs, and forget about your worries for a while.
Exactly. She taps into a universal desire for joy and self-expression. And I think that's why her music has endured for so long.
You know, something I find fascinating is how her Las Vegas residencies, particularly Piece of Me, really changed the game in Vegas.
Oh, totally. It wasn't just a concert. It was an experience, a spectacle.
Exactly. It redefined what a pop residency could be, paving the way for countless artists to follow suit. Think about the financial model behind these residencies. They became incredibly lucrative, drawing in huge crowds and generating massive revenue for the city.
And for Britney herself, right?
Oh, yeah.
It showed a whole other level of business savvy and solidified her position as a powerhouse in the entertainment industry. Absolutely. But let's not forget the artistic risks she took with those shows. She incorporated elaborate set designs, cutting-edge technology, and intricate choreography, pushing the boundaries of what a live pop show could be.
It wasn't just about singing the hits. It was about creating a world, an immersive experience for her fans.
And that attention to detail, that dedication to her craft, is evident in everything she does.
Speaking of dedication, can we talk about her impact on fashion? She's been a trendsetter from the very beginning.
Oh, absolutely. The crop tops, the low-rise jeans, the schoolgirl chic, she made it all iconic. And she wasn't afraid to experiment with bolder looks as her career progressed.
And remember those amazing costumes from her tours and residencies? Feathers, sequins, elaborate headpieces. She always brought the drama.
It was a visual feast. She understood the power of spectacle and how to create a truly immersive experience for her fans. It's clear that she put a lot of thought and care into every aspect of her performances, from the choreography to the wardrobe.
Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about Britney's personal life. It's no secret that she's faced her fair share of challenges over the years.
Yes, she has. Her struggles have been very public, and it's important to approach this topic with sensitivity.
Absolutely. We're not here to gossip or speculate. But her experiences raise important questions about fame, privacy, and the intense pressure that comes with being in the public eye.
It's a reminder that even the most successful and seemingly carefree celebrities are human beings with real emotions and vulnerabilities.
And that they deserve compassion and understanding, especially when navigating difficult times.
Precisely. The media frenzy surrounding Britney's personal life, especially in the mid-2000s, was relentless and often exploitative.
It's hard to imagine the toll that kind of scrutiny must have taken on her mental health and well-being.
It's no wonder that she eventually sought refuge from the spotlight and stepped back from public life for a while.
But even in her absence, her fans never forgot her. The hashtag Free Britney movement is a testament to the enduring power of her music and the deep connection she has with her supporters.
It's a truly remarkable story of fan activism. They rallied around her, raising awareness about the conservatorship and demanding her freedom. It wasn't just about Britney, it became a symbol of a larger conversation about artist rights and the potential for exploitation within the entertainment industry.
It's incredible how they mobilized using social media and grassroots organizing to bring attention to her situation.
And ultimately, their efforts played a significant role in the termination of the conservatorship in 2021. It was a landmark victory not just for Britney, but for anyone who's been silenced or marginalized by a system that's supposed to protect them.
Her story is a reminder that we all have a voice and that we should use it to speak up for what's right.
And that even in the darkest of times, hope and resilience can prevail.
Well said. Thinking about the hashtag Free Britney movement and all that she went through, it makes you wonder how much did that period influence pop music?
That's an insightful question. It definitely raised awareness about the pressures and potential pitfalls of fame, sparking a broader conversation about mental health and artist well-being.
I wonder if it prompted other artists to be more vocal about their own experiences, to set boundaries, and to advocate for their own rights.
It's certainly possible, and perhaps it also made fans more aware of the power they have to hold the industry accountable.
It's a reminder that even in a world driven by entertainment and profit, compassion and empathy still matter. Now, before we move on to the final part of our deep dive, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the complexities of Britney's story.
Yes, there are many different perspectives and interpretations of her experiences. It's important to listen to all sides and avoid making judgments. We're not here to provide definitive answers or solutions, but we can use this deep dive as an opportunity to engage in thoughtful discussion and learn from her journey.
Absolutely. And hopefully by examining her story, we can gain a deeper understanding of the challenges and triumphs of fame, the power of fandom, and the importance of empathy and compassion.
Well said. Are you ready to explore the final chapter of Britney's story?
Absolutely. I'm eager to see what the future holds for this remarkable woman who has captivated the world for so long. Welcome back to Tell Me More Stories Told As podcast.
We're in the final act of our deep dive into the world of Britney Spears, and
Yeah.
feels like we're witnessing a true resurgence.
Absolutely. The termination of her conservatorship in 2021
Yeah.
was a pivotal moment, a chance for her to reclaim her life and her narrative.
It was a hard-fought battle, a testament to her resilience and the unwavering support of her fans worldwide.
And since then, we've seen her embrace this newfound freedom with a sense of joy and determination.
Her marriage to Sam Asghari was a beautiful symbol of that new chapter, a celebration of love and happiness.
Yeah, it was heartwarming to see her find love and support after all she'd endured.
And creatively, she's been exploring new avenues as well.
Right.
Her memoir, The Woman in Me, was a raw and honest account of her experiences, allowing her to tell her story on her own terms.
It was a New York Times bestseller,
Huge.
a testament to the public's enduring fascination with her journey.
And let's not forget her collaboration with Elton John on Hold Me Closer. It was a triumphant return to music, a reminder of her incredible vocal talent and star power.
That song seemed to capture the spirit of her comeback, didn't it? A blend of nostalgia and fresh energy.
Precisely. It signaled that she was back and ready to create on her own terms.
Now that she's free from the constraints of the conservatorship, the possibilities seem endless.
New music tours, creative collaborations.
It's exciting to think about what this new era holds for her.
Right.
She's finally in control of her destiny.
And her fans are eagerly awaiting what she'll do next. Their unwavering support has been a constant throughout her career.
Yeah, the hashtag Free Britney movement demonstrated the power of collective action and the deep connection she has with her fan base.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what do you think will ultimately define Britney Spears' legacy?
It's a complex question, one that could be answered in many ways.
Yeah.
I think she'll be remembered as a pop music icon who shaped a generation with her music, her performances, and her undeniable charisma.
But beyond the hits and the spectacle, she'll also be remembered for her resilience, her vulnerability, and her fight for freedom.
Her story is a reminder that even in the face of immense challenges, it's possible to find your voice, reclaim your power, and create a life filled with joy and authenticity.
She's a symbol of hope, a testament to the human spirit's ability to overcome adversity and emerge stronger than ever.
Britney Spears' journey has been a roller coaster ride of triumphs and tribulations. But through it all, she's remained a captivating and inspiring figure.
Her music, her performances, and her personal story have touched the lives of millions around the world.
And her legacy will continue to inspire and empower generations to come. So thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Britney Spears. It's been a privilege to explore her remarkable story. And be sure to subscribe to Tell Me More Stories Told As podcast for more deep dives into the lives and legacies of extraordinary individuals. We'll see you next time. Thanks for listening.